understanding brand like your own child. My team teaches me a lot, and it's a two-way process. I teach them and they teach me, and each of them come with a set of experience, a set of knowledge. You deal with pediatrics. It's not just selling product.
Today I'm joined by someone who has mastered the art of marketing across remarkably diverse sectors. Her career began in pediatric healthcare marketing, followed by leading brand initiatives for a tableware and lifestyle brand, and then she delved into the world of retail banking. Today she drives the marketing and communication strategy for a leading marine retail group in the UAE. Gives me immense pleasure to introduce the marketing powerhouse Ayesha Shaheen. Hi Ayesha, welcome to the Marketing Bytes and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Gitanjali. It's my pleasure and honor to be here.
Super. So without further ado, let's get started. Your journey has been anything but typical. You worked in pharmaceuticals, retail, banking, tableware, and now technology. What's the common thread that's connected all these shifts for you as a marketer?
I think it will be the love for communication. I love to read, I love to write, I love to know more about people that I'm communicating with and creating that connection. That leads me, and fields can change, but these passion actually that joins everything together.
They're more like inbuilt passions, right?
Exactly,
For you?
exactly.
Right. Was there a particular moment that nudged you towards marketing?
I think I was born to do it, but I just didn't know about it. I wanted to be a doctor, and then I just very smoothly segued from that mindset to this. When I came to this city, I started looking for something, and the automatic choice and the options that came in front of me was communications and branding and marketing. So it was not a very conscious effort.
Yeah.
It just happened.
Right. What was your first job like in marketing? What was the first stint?
The first stint started even before I stepped into Dubai. When I finished my post-graduation in genetic engineering, after that I joined my family-owned enterprise that's based in India. And that is also a healthcare apparatus manufacturing. So I started as a boss.
All right.
Yeah, and then I started marketing and business development. So it started way before I stepped into this city. Communicating, creating the awareness, creating authenticity, or creating authentic and strong original content.
Right.
It started at that point.
So those were like the seed was laid in you at a very, very early age, even before you moved to the UAE.
Yes.
So you arrived in Dubai, the UAE. What was your first job like?
I was looking for an R&D job, and then I landed up going for an interview at Pharma, which is owned by NMC Group.
Okay.
So it was a marketing for a pharmaceutical group of companies. That job gave me the whole it changed my whole perspective of understanding marketing, because when you deal with pediatrics, it's not just selling products. It is way more than that. It is understanding your client, understanding the pain, and make sure the pain goes away as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
And generating that connection with the customer.
Right. It's not just branding as everyone sees it in the outside world. It's more about responsibility.
It is responsibility and creating that experience. And it has been, and it will always be, that customer experience and responsibility. These two things, if marketers own up to that, I think the rest of the thing is ABC.
Absolutely, absolutely. So back then, marketing was a very, very different world. We're talking about almost 15 years ago, right? There were no AI tools, there was no social media, there was no tutorials as well. How did you find your voice and style without any of these resources?
Relentless research, going out, talking to people, going to different places, meeting doctors, meeting physicians, pharmacists. It's a lot of research and understanding market and researching those market. These are the basis of everything when you do not have any digital tools available.
Right. So you basically had to be out there yourself.
Out and about. And I remember it was in the month of May, 43 degrees, and I was out and about meeting people, and the weather was new, the place was new. So
Absolutely.
altogether, it was quite an experience.
Walk us through a typical work day. How do you switch between teams, strategy, and everything in between?
Well, it's kind of funny. My work begins way before I step into office. It begins the moment I open my eyes. So first thing I do is just to breathe and then set up some long-term goals and strategies that what I need to do for the next quarter or the rest of the year, followed by some quick kills that what's to be done, what are the quick executions that we need to take care of. And then while driving, I do the catch-up calls with external parties, within internal departments, etc.
Yeah.
By the time I reach office, my team is ready. They know what is expected, so we have a catch-up meeting and then set up the things for the week. If it's a Monday, then set up the thing for the rest of the week, for the day, and then we all run for it.
Perfect. So your day starts with a lot of brainstorming and actually soaking in everything, every
Yes.
thought before you actually begin the day. That's amazing. Let's talk a little bit about tech and the regional markets that you handle. You manage everything from retail to internal comms in the company across multiple regions. Now, that's a really wide canvas. How do you start painting a strategy on something that's so layered?
While this tapestry is very interesting, it is also very diverse, and there are some things which is basic. KYC, which is know your customer, that is not just a bookkeeping, it is way deeper than that. It is to actually understand and study your respective markets, know your brands by the back of your hand, and then regionalize the communication for each of these entities.
So it's not just one size fits all.
No.
You really have to adapt and
It is.
plan.
It has to be adapt, and you have to adapt, execute, optimize, and keep on going.
You manage markets across Asia, and each one of them is very, very different culturally. How do you adapt your messaging in a way without stretching the brand thin?
Understanding brand like your own child, it's a different ball game altogether.
Yeah.
Everything changes, everything evolves.
Yeah.
Market changes, your brand that has to be a part of your existence. So you need to feel it, you need to be you need to be the ambassador of that brand before you convince someone else.
Right. How do you manage the culture part? Because here we are talking about different regions in Asia and each one of them having its own cultural mix. So how do you adapt to something like that?
We create regional content which is very original. For example, when we do a campaign in UAE, it has to be the Emiratis and the expats who is based here, they have to relate to that. Not necessarily that will be same to what we do it in India
Absolutely.
or in
Right.
Saudi Arabia
Right.
or in
Right.
Bahrain. So
It's a different language.
Exactly. It is a different language, it's different medium, it's different way of talking, it's different visuals.
Right. Right.
Something that we can do it in India, we can't do it in UAE. Something
Right.
which is right for UAE is not right for Saudi. There are a lot of
Absolutely.
diversifications.
Right, absolutely. Has there ever been a moment where the strategy that you thought would work wonders actually hit a wall, and how did you course correct?
I think I will not call anything as wrong marketing. There is always, as I said, that it's a learning curve. Marketing is never stagnant, so there is no moss around marketing. You
Okay.
will never see the moss around that stone. All right. So always learn, optimize, and then go to the next phase.
Let's talk about two areas of modern day marketing. There's performance marketing and ROI driven campaigns. I understand that you've worked across both digital and traditional channels. When did performance marketing become central to your strategy?
I think there are two sort of campaigns that traditionally, one is where we need our brand to shine, and the other one where we need to show numbers. So when we need to show numbers, this has to be data driven analytics, data driven tools that we are using, data driven platforms that we are using, where we know exactly what is the conversion rate. That's when this shift happened, where performance marketing, I think, came to the forefront of the stage.
Right. So that basically changed your approach towards marketing as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. As
Right.
the market, it was not just mine. I think it was a shift of the entire marketing, global marketing field. That
Right.
from just knowing your brand and not knowing that what an ATL campaign is doing,
Yeah.
from there to come to the performance marketing, it is exactly what you spend. You know every penny where it counts.
Right. It's more to do with numbers. Can we absolutely clearly say that?
It started with just to do the numbers that you take tools and you invest your budget, your time, your energy, your resources, and get the result out of it. It's too different.
Yeah.
But it is, I think, performance marketing goes way deeper than that. It is getting the appropriate customer through appropriate channel, through appropriate communication at the right place at the right time.
Right. Right.
And it's not just selling your product, it's the entire experience that you're creating around your processes.
Absolutely.
And the after sales process is as equal as the main sales process. That's not the end of the funnel, how we call it. It is
Right.
not the conversion.
Right. So it's
Your conversion is when you create loyalty and you keep that person forever.
absolutely it's customer retention at the end
Exactly,
of the day, right? Which is
exactly.
important, right?
Reduce attrition and increase retention.
Increase retention. If you had to build a performance marketing stack from scratch, what would go in that list?
Well, in my experience, it has to be a data driven approach to search and find right customers, to generate interest, to take them through the funnel,
Yeah.
acquire them, and create loyalty around it, the whole process.
Right.
Altogether, doing it without losing an experience. Generating that wow factor
Right,
around your
right.
around your communication and brand.
Right. So it's not just acquisition and retention. There is a lot more as well that goes into that.
Yes. If
Right.
there is one thing that works is generating the experience
Yeah.
that will generate the loyalty and that customer will come back.
Right.
And for that, Google Analytics is one thing,
Yeah.
which is a massive part of it. Paid ads, social media ads,
Yeah.
these are also of paramount importance. Can't forget CRM, that's the magic. And
Which is customer relationship
management, that's
Right.
correct, exactly.
Yeah.
And the usage of influencer and affiliates.
Right. Do you have any specific tools you work with in order to achieve all of these campaigns and this entire stack?
We have Zoho.
Yeah.
Currently, we are working on Zoho. That helps us achieve a lot.
Right.
But I would not advertise for a particular brand, but I would say that to see mix and match and see what works as marketer. But
Right. Can you tell us a little bit more about the affiliate and influencer marketing that you're working on?
So I deal with different segments of industries, which are very, very much opposite to each other. And one side we are talking about retail B2C, the other side I'm talking about marine customer, commercial, leisure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are very different. And these influencers and these connections are also very different from each other. One side it's lifestyle, one side I'm talking about professionals, one side I'm talking about hardcore marine, one side I'm talking about high net worth individuals.
Yeah.
So having this mix and creating this marketing mix is also quite interesting. And then we have different apps as affiliates.
Yeah.
That also we do.
Right. Talking a little bit about the success of a campaign, when you're measuring the success of a campaign, especially across such varied platforms and regions, is there a specific formula that you use? Or how do you measure the campaign success?
There are different kinds of campaign.
Yeah.
So if it's a brand campaign, I will see a little bit of social listening. I will go through a bit of social listening and media monitoring and see how where my brands are picked up and how they are used as.
Tell us something about social listening. What does it entail?
Social listening is an evolved version of media monitoring,
Okay.
where we used to only see where the brands are mentioned. This is a more detailed, deep approach where we first define an objective.
Okay.
We identify what, where, when, how.
Mm-hmm.
We analyze data, we analyze sentiments, we analyze our market, we analyze our competitor, we see market trends, and in all of this, we put the customer at the center and we see how the consumer behaves in each of this.
Right.
Based on their region, based on their demographics, psychographics, spending habits, anything and everything. And we see how people are behaving around these factors.
Right.
And that is our social listening at one go.
How are brands using social listening in their strategy? Do you have any example to give us in your previous work life?
Yes. I have been in banking for 8 years.
Okay.
And in that, social listening played a very vital role, where we knew what the market wants, how the market trend is shifting, what the consumer wants, and create products based on those need and gaps.
Right.
So to analyze the gap, to find those gaps, and to fill those gaps, social listening is a very, very crucial tool.
Okay. Do you think great marketing can be measured by ROI alone, which is the return on investment, or is there another secret recipe to that?
ROI, we can't live without ROI,
Yeah.
right? Marketing is a support function, it's a cost center. So revenue is needed, we need the money.
Yeah.
But experience leads it all.
Yeah.
If we cannot generate that experience, that it is not done right. We need to ensure that we are generating, we are making that break even, we are surpassing the expectation,
Yeah.
altogether creating that experience around our brand and comms.
So it's not always about the monies; it's also about the experience.
It's
that you
about the brand.
Yeah.
Because it's your brand is an emotion you are creating between you and your end consumer.
How has technology changed the role of a marketeer?
Marketeers are storytellers.
Yeah.
At one point, we used to make jingle, we used to hand paint, we used to have hoardings, we used to do billboards, TVCs. So you can see the evolution since the beginning of time
Right.
till date.
Right.
So from it was a purest form of art, and from there is a lot of layer of science is added to that, where we not just create the content, we create those artistic piece along with the logical rationale for that. That why we create it, for who are we creating it, where do we put those creations, who is consuming that,
Yeah.
what are they thinking about it, what are they going to do about it,
Yeah.
and what is our competitor doing. This all is a beautiful amalgamation, and that's this shift in the mind, in the era, and topped with technology. It's an amazing shift. And as a marketeer,
Yeah.
I don't think artificial intelligence threatens us.
It should not.
It enhances
Absolutely
us.
not. Yes.
You be the boss, make it work for you, let it optimize, do the job, use the money, and then you do your work.
Because it is here to stay.
It is here
It's
to
not
stay, and
going
it is here
anywhere.
to work for us, not against us.
Absolutely.
All we have to do is to learn about it, know the boundary of where is the ethic stops us,
Yeah.
and use it wisely.
Right. What about MarTech, marketing technology?
That's a giant we are talking about.
Yeah.
That is all these small bits of pieces we are talking. These are all a part of that ocean. So that's a software, that's a tool, that's a process, that's an operation, that's an entire thing to manage customer. That's a analysis, CRM, market study, competitor study. Everything comes under artificial intelligence itself.
Absolutely.
Everything is under marketing technology.
Right. Do you use that on a daily basis?
Who doesn't?
You should, absolutely.
I think everyone does it. We call at a bank the automated answering.
Yeah.
Uses it.
Yeah.
You shop on Amazon, it says that this is the product that you should shop. that is your AI. There are many such cases. You generate content. Our creative agencies are using it. Our graphic designers, our content generators, our digital agents. Everyone uses. I don't think there is any way other than that.
Perfect.
That's the way towards
That's
it.
the way to go forward.
That's the way to go forward. It's just that we need to have the knowledge, the right mind to do it, know that why you want to do it and what you want to achieve through it, and then the rest should be
Perfect.
falling into places.
Great.
And there is always optimization. There is nothing called wrong marketing.
Moving on to topics which are a little bit more closer to your heart, internal culture, customer experience, and CSR. Internal comms, as it's popularly known, how important is its role in boosting a company's morale?
It starts at home. How I communicate with my kids to make sure they do their homework.
Right.
How I communicate at office within my team so that they get the message right.
Mm-hmm.
They behave in a certain way. Internal comms is not just a template-led communication that I have to send the newsletter or I have to do this. It's not a ticking the box.
Mm.
It is way more than that. It is building an organizational culture. You build the culture, you set the audience. Each of your audience becomes your brand ambassador. So internal comms plays a very vital role in it.
Right. Good internal culture translates into great customer experience. And I believe it's not just one person's or the CX team's job on this, it's everyone's business. How do you embed that thinking into across teams?
Customer experience is everybody's responsibility.
Absolutely.
It cannot be just one department entitled doing that. And these are intertwined. What marketing does, what customer experience does, what products does, what sales does, these are all interconnected.
Yeah.
And one thing leads to right and everything will fall into places. And in this whole ecosystem, if one goes wrong, slowly the rot spreads.
Right.
So it's very important that we treat this topic with a lot of care,
Yeah.
a lot of thoughts, a lot of nurturing.
You're passionate about CSR, corporate social responsibility. Why does that part of the job speak to you so deeply?
They say charity begins at home.
Absolutely.
This is the case with me where it is metaphorically and literally. I have been brought up by a set of parents who were involved with a charitable dispensary,
Yeah.
which has been from a very early time of my life. So I have always seen that treating other people is
Social responsibility.
social responsibility. It is nothing that I'm doing a favor to anyone. It's just that giving back to the community is a very important to me, important part of my life since the very beginning of my life.
Right.
And later when I moved here, I have seen that this is a market's behavior that treating CSR as a luxury, where it is not a luxury. It is a must-have box.
Absolutely.
When we take from the community, when we achieve so much from the community around us, it is our role and responsibility to give it back to the same.
Right. So you think it is part of it should be part of every company's core creative pillar and not just a calendar item.
It is. And I think we have shifted to that right now, where CSR is no more a luxury or just
a calendar item.
Exactly. It's not just a PR material.
Right.
It is a serious matter.
Right. It's very much part of the company's DNA,
Yes.
just as AI has become part
Exactly.
of the
So
company's DNA.
ESG has become, which is environmental social governance,
Right.
which has also become a part of every organizational DNA, how you say
Can you
it.
take us briefly through this initiative about the environment that you just spoke about?
There are multiple layers to it. ESG is again, it's like Martech, it's a very big umbrella. It's an
Yeah.
ocean to dive in. So your CSR is a part of it. Your sustainability is a part of it.
Okay.
You have your social, how you connect the community around you is a part of it. How you make policies, how you create rules, regulations, your ethical lining around it is also a part of it. So this is a whole, I would not call it science, but this is a whole mantra.
Let's get into a bigger picture of what marketing actually means to you. What's something about marketing that you think very deeply about, which you think other people don't really understand?
Marketing is perceived as just changing logo color or handling creative agencies
Yeah.
and sitting and almost doing nothing. But that's not what it is. It is an ever evolving process. Philip Kotler taught us about the 4 P's of marketing. Now we are at 7 P's of marketing, right? We have product, price, promotion, place, people, process, and physical evidence.
Right.
I would add one more, which is proactiveness,
Right.
proactivity.
Right.
That is also another thing. And in the future, we do not know. The way we are evolving, it will be even more P's joining that bandwagon,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So there is no chance that we think that we know enough. There is always a learning curve. For each project, for each job, there is a gap analysis.
Yeah.
You learn, you optimize, and you move to the next.
Absolutely. There's always the time that you have to continue to grow and learn and then grow and learn again.
Absolutely.
It's a continuous process,
Absolutely.
right? Yeah, it's like on
Absolutely.
repeat all the time. Right. When the going gets tough, what keeps you motivated?
Everyday stuff, Gitanjali. There is never an easy day.
Yeah.
It's always tough, it's always challenging, it's always motivating, it's always learning. So it's not a lazy moment. There is always something going on, either in the digital side or in the non-digital side or in the experience side or in the store side or in the collaboration side or in the or in something else. There is always something going on, and the only way to do it is that not to get attached emotionally to one particular project. You do it, execute, clap for yourself, pat
Yeah.
your back, and move on.
Perfect. So it's like learn, grow, repeat.
Absolutely.
You're on a loop.
Yes.
Very nice. If tomorrow you had to pick a completely different industry to market, which one would it be and why?
I think I'll choose education sector.
Yep.
Because that's not just building your brand or a product or an USP.
Yeah.
You are building the future citizens and you are building a legacy.
Yep.
So that is a very fulfillment, from a fulfillment point of view.
Yeah.
I will choose that.
You're also building young marketeers, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Absolutely. Your journey, Ayesha, has been anything but conventional. What advice would you like to give to somebody who feels a little stuck or unsure of their path in marketing?
Ride the wave. Don't fight the technology. It's not going to replace you. It is very superficially anthropomorphic. It can just imitate our behavior, but it cannot replace us.
Right.
Be original, be human, bring that intelligence quotient into that whole matrix.
Yeah.
That's what will take you far.
Moving on to my favorite round, rapid fire. Are you ready for it?
Think so.
You can just say one word or whatever first thought that comes to your mind. Marketing trend you're excited about in 2025.
Think hyper customer centricity through AI.
Right. A creative outlet outside of work that always resets your mind.
Actually, there are two: painting and gardening.
Okay. If not marketing, what would you be doing today?
Definitely a doctor.
Perfect. Data or gut instinct?
A mix of both.
Not one? You don't want to pick one?
No,
Mix of both.
a mix of both.
Okay. All-time favorite product you helped launch?
A rebranding that I did in my banking life.
Okay. A CSR cause that's very close to your heart?
That is also in my past working life, where we collaborated with an organization with determined adult artists,
Okay.
and we have actually implemented their art into our customer-facing welcome packs, which got rave reviews about.
Okay. A book or film that shaped your thinking?
2, The Blind Side,
Yeah.
and 127 Hours.
Okay. One thing marketing has taught you about life?
Don't sit and sulk. Get up, move on, keep moving.
A CSR cause that's close to your heart.
Can't finish it in one word.
Okay.
When I was in banking, we did two projects. One we conducted a para Olympic for the determined athletes.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one where we collaborated with people of determination, and they were artists, and we actually showcased their work on our welcome packs.
Ayesha, this has been a fantastic session. We got to know so many wonderful insights on how you strategize and navigate Marcom. But before we wrap, is there a piece of advice that you would like to leave behind for young marketers who are wanting to build a career in marketing?
It's very simple. Learn more. Don't stay stagnant. Believe in yourself. Be original.
Right. Thank you so much for being here, Ayesha.
It's a pleasure and an honor. Thank you.
And to everyone who's listening, keep pushing boundaries, keep asking questions, and see you on the next episode of the Marketing Bytes. Plug in, power up, press play.